My name is Henry Alexander, and I was president of AIA Florida in 1992. Now, currently I'm retired. I retired about 2 years ago. I'm still trying to find ways to keep busy. My presidency was remarkable in that in 1992, we also had Hurricane Andrew. I live in South Florida in Coconut Grove, and we live in a 3-story house, which I designed. We had at least flooding up to about 4 feet above the first floor, and we were without power for almost a month, without telephone for 3 weeks, so it was quite something to deal with. We had salt water come into the house, so we had everything affected by the salt water, and we had about an inch of mud on our floors that we had to swab out with Clorox and a mop. This was because as the water came in and then settled down, all the things that were in suspension in the water settled out on the floor. Now, you want to know a little bit about how I got into my presidency. I joined the board in about 1981 after having a presidency of AIA Miami in 1980. And I served on the board for almost over 10 years. During that time, my real interest was the Design Awards Committee, and I chaired that a number of years. That was very intriguing because it got to deal with the subject that I'm most interested in, and that's architectural design. And in that capacity as chairman, I got to visit with our judges, and usually the judges were in another part of the country. And we would take the submittals, and they were in slide form at the time. That's all changed now, and now it's all done electronically. But at that time, we used to have to carry the slides with us and flash them for the jury. We usually had 3 members of the jury, and I remember going to Kevin Roche's office for one of the in New Haven, and it was most intriguing. And I had never met Kevin Roche before. It was my first introduction to an architect of that status. And I went with the president or the former president of AIA Florida, and that was the trip that I most enjoyed as far as my board participation. The Design Awards program has grown over the years. We have introduced various design awards. Initially, it was the award for excellence in design, and they also introduced honor awards later on. But the emphasis is to display the work of our profession and recognize it within the community as well as within the architectural community, for the community at large. It's important because it is our face to the public, and it represents what we're all very interested in, is the quality of design for our communities and for its impact on the environment as well as the public. Architecture is extremely important because it touches our lives every day. We're born in a hospital probably, so we have the first introduction to that. We have an introduction to a residence or a home that we live in, and that's very important. That's probably the seat of most of your understanding of architecture, is residential design. That's why there's such an emphasis on residential design today. Then as you grow, you probably go to a school or college, and that again, you're dealing with architecture. It forms part of your everyday life. It touches upon you. It makes an impact on you. If you have memories of those periods, they're usually associated with architecture. Well, AIA Florida is particularly important to me because it's opened up a whole new horizon of friends to deal with, friends and colleagues. AIA Florida includes all the components. There are 13 components, individual components, and they're scattered around the state. And And then the AIA Florida represents those components. And we're part of a region, the Florida Caribbean region, and we include Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands in that. And then we represent ourselves as a region. And we're, of course, in the tropics and subtropics. That affects our design. The environment is very much associated with what our architecture looks like and what it addresses. And AIA Florida has emphasized over the years the importance of design, and it's given me a platform to learn more about architecture in terms of how it affects the rest of our communities in the state of Florida and certainly in our region. AIA Florida also gives an opportunity for leadership. And it benefits anyone who gets involved in broadening their understanding of the profession, as well as making a lot of friends and acquaintances in architecture. And it becomes a community. And you grow to love it and enjoy it and want to stay with it as much as you can. That's what stimulated me to run for office. I've served as AIA Florida's president in '92. I went on to the board, the national board, and that's a 3-year term. And after that, I got involved with the College of Fellows. And I was a regional director to the College of Fellows for our region. And after that, I served on the Design Awards program, as well as fellowship. I have been on the jury of fellows. That's again a 3-year assignment, and we got to advance architects to the status of fellows, which is an honorary title, and something that only about 2 or 3% of the architects in the AIA are members of. So it's quite an honor to be chosen as a fellow. I have the gold medal, which is the highest medal that AIA Florida has, as well as the silver medal. Silver medal is for service to the community. The AIA has many awards that they make during the year. The gold medal and the silver medal are 2 of the most important ones. I have not been to a convention in a couple of years, and I got a very nice letter from the president last year and from our executive director, Vicki Long, and it encouraged me to come back and join the fold, which I have done. So this is my first year in a number of years that I've come to a convention. And it's brought back a lot of memories, a lot of fond memories, and I've got to meet a lot of good friends. We attended the breakfast for the past presidents and heard some of the conversations and our association history, which is really represented in a lot of the presidents and their experiences in our components. We want to go as far as the college level and make sure that their education includes things that are relevant to the profession. A lot of the work that they do in college is more theoretical, and they have less practical experience. So if we can intercede in the college status, we can help them enter the profession that much faster. And we do have programs within AIA Florida that do address that particular subject, trying to deal with the colleges. We've also invited all the deans of the School of Architecture in Florida to be part of our board of directors and be actively involved. So we increase the communications and understanding between the academic level and the profession.